Woo! It's a cold and frosty morning on Dartmoor, perfect for a quick no-nonsense review of my big green coat. Yes, it survived over 2 years of maltreatment at my hands, so meets the frankly rather limiting criteria for one of these reviews. Meet the Swedish Army surplus M59 Parka. It's a weird bit of kit. I got mine online for about 25 quid, but they seem to have got a bit scarcer since then, with prices starting at around double that. The main thing I can tell you about it is, unsurprisingly, that it's warm. Very warm. This is due to the detachable inner lining which they make from the pelt of rare green Scandinavian polar bears. This coat will render you completely impervious to cold. You cannot die while wearing this jacket. Indeed, I like to use it as an extra layer thrown over my cheap sleeping bag in minus temperatures, and haven't woken up dead once. Sadly, this invincibility comes at the price of it weighing an absolute ton. Well, about 2.5 kilos anyway, which is a lot for a jacket. It might not seem like much to you tough bushcraft types, but after a day of roaming about in it, I can guarantee you'll notice a sort of general extra fatigue from the ever-present bulk of it. You could take the lining out, I suppose, but that would render it completely pointless. Because although it's warm, it's not waterproof. Far from it. It actually seems to actively absorb moisture, which means it gets even heavier if you get caught in any kind of downpour. Fit-wise, it's a bit odd too. As you can see, I sort of vanish in it, but that's no surprise as I'm part hobbit. What is surprising though is that despite it hanging about me like a giant's robes upon a dwarfish thief, it's still too short in the arms. What's going on there, Sweden? We know you lot are stereotypically tall, but I had no idea about the T-Rex arms. That said, it is pretty stylish with its old-fashioned collar, pulled-in waist and chunky buttons. As is the case with most green or camouflaged army surplus stuff though, it does have a tendency to make you look a little bit like a scary psychopath wandering about in the woods alone. So I like to pair it with the most brightly coloured scarf I can in order to give off non-threatening vibes. Alright, got one. Anyway, best of all are the pockets. The most capacious pockets ever committed to a garment. They're functional and bottomless. In filming this, I found one of my favourite sweeties in there, which must have been in there since last winter. Yes. Since last winter. Yes. That leads me neatly on to the main point about this bit of kit. It is absolutely perfect for days which are both freezing cold and bone dry, which although perhaps a common occurrence in Scandinavia, are basically a less than biannual occurrence in Britain. It's ideal only for a very specific and rare type of weather, meaning that you might not get as much use out of it as you'd like. To sum up then, pros, very, very, very warm, big pockets, durable. Cons, very, very, very heavy, little arms, not waterproof. On the whole, a great jacket, albeit for a very niche purpose. I'd snap it up for £25 or £30, but might worry about getting enough use out of it for any more than that. Thanks for watching.